So that was AEW Dynamite. I did ask again, as I do each and every Wednesday night on our Twitter page at Table Show, what grade would you give tonight's AEW Dynamite? The options are A, B, C, and D. And for this week, the majority of people voted 45% for A, B got 30%, C got 25%, and no one gave it a D. So overall, a really solid show. Again, they set such a high bar that even these not necessarily filler episodes are still like, this is great. So good job, AEW Dynamite.
The poll, I saw the result of the poll. It interested me in that it was very split amongst the three, the A, B, and C. A was the, largest winner, but as you said,
Largest
like B
winner,
and C had there was more for B and C than there was for A, right? So this was a good spread in a lot of folks' mind. I'd be interested to find out why. I mean, I gave it an A. If I gave it anything like maybe a low A, there was very few things that I think were, again, nothing was terrible as we went through.
Never.
Like I would have tinkered around with a few other things and maybe condensed some others, but so at most high B or something. I don't think I've seen a C out of them much yet, and so it's interesting that a lot of people, a good quarter of the folks, gave them a C. So that was interesting.
Could be that they're, again, like I said, it could be that they're setting such a high bar that they expect, the debuting Warhorse or the debuting Eddie Kingston when Cody was doing those open challenges. And they're like, well, if I'm not getting these special moments where Kenny Omega runs off with the championship and now joins Impact Wrestling, apparently, well, then it's just not good enough for me. I mean, that can be a detriment where you're just set this bar so extremely high that you have to keep hitting that mark. But when, us grumpy old men watch AEW and then we also have to watch WWE or whatever, it's like, no, this was so good. Like, compare it to the rest of the shows, and this is head and shoulders better than anything else, in my opinion, that's going on right now. Very interesting. I voted B, and the only reason I voted B is I thoroughly enjoyed the episode. But if you're going to put so many title matches on the card, not that I need a monumental moment every episode, but Serena Deeb retained her championship. Darby Allin retained his championship. The Inner Circle cut a good promo, but it's to get you to tune in next week. So it wasn't like anything necessarily was like, hey, Tim, I'm gonna text you right now. You should see Tay Conti is the new NWA champ. And she started spray painting Dark Order on it or whatever it is, right? Like whatever that moment is, I needed maybe something like that.
I would feel like if when you do a night 1 and 2 of something, you would think night 2 would be the bigger, like, hits home, like major events to happen. I mean, I can see why you'd say the first one because you're trying to catch folks, but you still save something for 2, right? There didn't seem to be a big, like, wow moment, that I could...
The only thing that will be, again, if we had to catalog each of these episodes as the moment of the night, at least for me, what I would say was the swerve of Kenny Omega bringing in the Good Brothers instead of the Young Bucks. Like that was the like,
true. That was the most like intriguing.
Right. Like, okay, what's happening next week? But again, this was such a solid episode. AEW Dynamite has a special place in my heart. Call me a mark or call me a shill for AEW. I do not give two shits. I like them and I like them a lot.